Hello guys, this is the Terraria Experts and Sam. Welcome back to another Oblivion video, everyone. Welcome back, it is Oblivion. Welcome back, it is Friday night. I'm doing Oblivion. I've basically not done any videos for the last couple of nights, basically because, I don't know, I've been going to bed quite early. Like, I've been, I don't know, getting up at 7 in the morning to go to school. I've been absolutely shattered because I've been having full days recently, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, I've just came home, 5 o'clock, and I've just collapsed in a heap, and I've just been unable to do videos ever since Tuesday for some weird reason. I said I'd do this video on Tuesday night. Yeah, it was never gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen anyway, but yeah, I did tell you I was gonna do Oblivion. Watch out, it might not happen. Whenever you hear that, it's a suggestion that I'm probably not gonna do it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Wednesday I didn't do Q&A Wednesday. I had about 5 questions. I didn't do free from Thursday, or I didn't do this video on Wednesday, and I didn't even do this video yesterday. So free from Thursday is going to be delayed another week now. Hello everyone in the chat. Someone says, have you got COVID? No, I haven't got COVID. I'm totally fine. Yeah, well, you can't say you're totally fine until you get a test. But apparently, my local test centre is actually just down the road, but due to high demand, or more like high rates, and paranoia, apparently Anglesey is the next river. I know Anglesey, that's the closest test centre, or Landudno or something. I know, that's crazy, so, I don't know, it's kind of a little bit mad, but anyway, yeah, no, I don't need to go for a test. Why is this a question? Is it because I've been off from... Okay, if I had the virus, I wouldn't stay off from YouTube. I'd stay off from school. If anything, I'd do YouTube more to occupy my, my empty timetable of school. Well, I said that. I just slept through the day during lockdown, so, yeah. But in terms of videos, yeah, I'd probably make more videos if I wasn't in school. But I am in school at the moment, and I did say, yeah, due to school, I'm going to end up not doing videos as much. I'm just going to check my audio real quickly, just because I'm not convinced that I'm doing this properly. Hang on. It's just a Twitch thing, hang on. Yeah, we're all good. I hope so. Are we all good here? It's just Adobe Audition showing Whoa! Oh, why do I have to do that? Yeah, the audio length is pretty, I don't know, quite uniform. It's like the wavelengths are not really going up, shooting up. They're quite uniform. I don't know what that's to do with. But yeah, my last actual gaming video on the channel was Survival Land from, well, actually last Monday, but it uploaded this Monday. I know that's terrible, that. So my last gaming video was it Terraria last Friday? Or last Saturday, I don't know, I can't remember. But I went to the airport on Tuesday. Yeah, sorry for the absence. I've just been shattered. I've been working hard at school. I've got a lot of stories to tell you. So sit back, relax. It's about 40 minutes past 10 at night. And, I don't know, enjoy. WeGamer says, be right back. Okay, see ya. Already. Squid and Gaming's here. WeGamer says, Smile24. And Apple Gaming, a couple of others noticed in the chat. It's quite sad because Bradley, my mate who does aviation at Manchester, he wants to know my Twitch, and I've given it to him, but he kind of wants to watch, but I don't know if he goes to bed early, so it's kind of like I can't really give these people a shout out if you want to join and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of a bit sad, but yeah, anyone's really free to join and comment if they, don't feel afraid if you don't want to comment, because I don't know, I only get the main people commenting, like WeGame, Squid Game, the people who really like the stuff. But I know I like to just now I've kind of realised, yeah, I've got about 16 people watching right now live from, I don't know, around the world in the UK. But I know about 5 out of those 16 people are commenting. So if anyone wants to comment, it's going to be all bad stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, please feel free to step in, join the conversation. Don't feel afraid to answer a question if it might be silly. Don't worry, because I say a lot of silly things, and I just to kind of encourage you guys, because I know after Q&A Wednesday, I didn't even do Q&A Wednesday, but looking at some of the questions, it was kind of like very Twitch orientated, like, are you ever going to live stream onto YouTube? can you do Twitch and YouTube, because I don't have a Twitch account. It's very easy just to sign up for Twitch, but no, I'm not going to radically switch to YouTube, because I kind of like the I'm just comfortable with Twitch, if you know what I mean. It's like, kind of like someone saying, oh yeah, oh, I've been driving a BMW all my life. Well, but you moved to an Audi. Well, I like my BMW, you know what I mean? Or like a Apple versus Samsung. I prefer Samsung, so I'm going to stick to my Samsung. It's kind of like that. I'm going to stick to Twitch. I know it's not hard to switch over, but I prefer the Twitch, and that's where most people know me. So yeah, just to answer a couple of Q&A questions, just in case, I don't know, you really wanted them to be answered. Well, there you go. There's 2 questions off the list for next week. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I've been to school every day this week. I stayed off on... I didn't stay off. I stayed off on... Was it Tuesday? I think it was. Did I stay off on Tuesday? Was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, I stayed off school on... No, I didn't stay off school. I had business in the morning. I had a bit of a headache from, you know, Tuesday. If we all remember what happened on Tuesday night, you know, my little trip down to Manchester Airport. Do you all remember, everyone? The KLM waving at me. Yeah, I'll discuss it a little bit later, but yeah, I had a good night, let's just say, on Tuesday. It wasn't even night time, it was like just after school. I finished school at about, I don't know, I think it was about quarter to 4. Set off at I don't know. But I'm describing as if I'm doing it, so my grammar's terrible. And also, another thing I keep saying, which my dad corrected me on, when I say have my models came, it's actually have my models come, because came suggests of came. But I'm thinking of it as like, oh, they must have come, but came. So they've came. They've came. No, but that's a no. Have they come? Because came is a past adjective, if you know what I mean. So yeah, yeah, I'm not going to say, oh, look at that, he came to the shop, he come. No, because if he came, that's correct, because I'm describing a past. But if I say, oh, he comes to the shop, suggests it's still continuous, if you know what I mean. But if saying he comed at the shop suggests another thing altogether. Anyway, but Jesus Christ, I've got a smoke then. Oh, cut that. No. But yeah, I had a good night on Tuesday. Yeah, at Manchester Airport. It was about saying, yeah, just was waving at this KLM 737. I know not all of you care. And literally just opened his cockpit window and gave us the thumbs up. I watched it on Airliners Live, and you can see it. But he's clearly waving at me, you know what I mean? So, thank you, that KLM pilot, whoever. Oh, he's clearly waving at me. Like, oh, I'm so full of myself. No, it's just that I waved at him, and the people that do Airliners Live have kind of got this view where you can see, but it's not like directly where the wave position is, if you know what I mean. Because his nose, the 737 nose, was, you know, coming right at me vertically, and I was waving. And I'm assuming the captain saw me and thought, ooh, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's not like a thing where we look left and right in the cockpit. We kind of just get ground clearance on that. So yeah. Anyway, it's like the Heathrow Tower. No, that's like the Heathrow Tower. What am I talking about, the Heathrow Tower? But no, I had a bit of a headache on Wednesday morning from my mad videos on Tuesday. I will do it again. Like, if you enjoyed it, I'll do it. So yeah, like after school kind of streams. I'm going to be streaming on Sunday. So yeah, there was a Virgin A330 going out today. And yeah, I've been able to get a lot of my book. It's been a very nice day today. Actually, last couple of days at Liverpool, there's been 2 BAE system Hawker Sidleys going in. I don't know if it's for the NHS, I don't know, but they kind of fly into Liverpool and then like zoom off again. I've been watching that at school. It came in on yesterday and today at around I'd say 11 to around 12 o'clock. They kind of drop in from Anglesey. Yeah, it's probably where the COVID centre is. They're coming back. But they were, oh, how can we get from Anglesey to Liverpool really quickly just to get a test? We'll go on one of those BA system thing, they're really fast. And yeah, we go in, you can kind of see from my school all the aircrafts landing at Liverpool. Not at Liverpool, but dropping in, if you know what I mean, on finals. So basically on the glide path. And yeah, when they get the ILS and all that showing up, turning onto the ILS equipment. And you'd think I'd been a past pilot, yeah. Anyway, I passed out with a pilot. Her name was Claire Ross. No. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, and I've got my binoculars as well at school now. I bring binoculars to school, and today I brought my ATC because I'm sick of my phone dying. I don't know what's happening, but my iPhone 8 just keeps dying. So I brought my air traffic control, my Uniden ATC to school today. And I got a couple of questions. Some kid said, how did you get that? I was like, what do you mean? How did they get what? How did they get what? He said, that walkie-talkie. And I was like, no, it's not a walkie-talkie. It's a air traffic control scanner. Can hear the planes going over. And he said, how can you do that? And I said, well, it's got a radar and it scans the sky for air traffic. And he just went, oh. And then he walked away. So, yeah. It's kind of like that year 11 lad who was pestering me in art. He was fussing with me. And he was saying, what do you want to be when you're older? I just said, I want to get a job in aviation. After 5 minutes of him fussing with me, I just said, I want to get a job in aviation. I said, because I knew he was probably going to still be there, I said, possibly air traffic controller. And I've never said this to you. Or an engineer. Airbus, And I was saying all this, and he'd gone. So he was fussing with me for what I wanted to be when I was like, he said, what do you want to do when you're older? I said, and then once I said I want to work in aviation, I was speaking to myself for about 1 minute after that, saying, yeah, Airbus actually offer great job opportunities for careers. And he was on the other end of the classroom, and I thought he was still behind me, listening to me. I was like, what a muppet. He's an idiot. Yeah, this will get far, won't it? Oh my god. So yeah, funny that. You brought your 80? Yeah, I did. Just because my phone keeps dying, my iPhone 8. My dad's actually got a new phone. He's got the iPhone 11 SE for the nerds out there. So it's not a really high spec one, but it's the iPhone 11 SE. So I know it's dreadful that you get criticised for having an old phone, but when you buy the newer version of a phone, but it's the cheaper version, apparently you're even worse. I know, that's terrible that, so yeah, because I was looking up the specs and stuff, and he brought the Apple Watch Series 5. I know and they can do an ECG and all that, so Apple are getting into healthcare. I think everything needs to be getting into healthcare at a moment, but yeah, it can take your blood pressure, your pulse, and it can take your stress levels, sleep monitoring, ECG. I mean, I don't know how correct all this is. I mean, coming from Apple, you'd hope it's quite, I don't know, up to date with the medical gear they use, like a blood pressure and machine. But I don't know. I wonder if it's fully accurate. Because the other one my dad had, it said he had a heart attack in the night. And he just was like, no, I haven't. So he just threw it to one side and just it says I've had 16 heart attacks in the last 3 hours while I've been asleep. Bullshit. Yeah, so yeah, that's what happens when you buy the cheaper version of a Apple Watch. It says you've had 16 heart attacks. 5 strokes. God, I was shattered yesterday after Tuesday. I was shattered yesterday after Tuesday. That makes no sense. But it says I've had 3 hours sleep. It says my sodium levels are down. You've been eating bar soda. Eating. When you're eating a can, you have more iron in you. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. But now, honestly, I haven't been able to make videos because I've just been going to bed really early. Because, I mean, tiring myself out. But anyway, yeah, on Wednesday I was off school. I wasn't off school. I had a headache in the morning, and around 11 o'clock I thought, I don't have that teacher anymore. I'm just a bit sick of my business teacher, Miss Jones, just because I don't know, it's just a bit boring, isn't it? But I know I generally had a headache. And yeah, all things good being back in school, but yeah, I did have a headache. I don't want to abuse it again like I did last year, like, oh, I'm a sixth former, I can stay off because I need to see a Singapore A350, you know what I mean? Just shut up. Yeah, I should have really appreciated the time I had there. But I'm back now. Everyone's back in school. I don't think they're going to close the schools. I think that's the last thing we're going to do. Actually, in my area, we've gone into a soft lockdown. I know we've actually gone into a lockdown in my area, the Wirral, or North West England. It's not that bad. Basically, it's a lockdown, but it's kind of like, basically things will close earlier, like restaurants and bars. I mean, I was expecting them to close restaurants and bars, particularly bars. I mean, what's more educational at the end of the day? Children's education or getting pissed, you know what I mean? I know it's good for the economy, because the British economy runs off tobacco and alcohol. It's kind of like the backbone of the British economy. It is. So the government won't close all the pubs and the restaurants and all that and ever say, won't sell cigarettes. That's why cigarettes and fags are not illegal in the UK, because it is it's the backbone of the economy in a way, so the government won't do it. All they can do is advertise. It's not really advertising, but kind of negotiating you to understand what it does to your lungs, so they print out the little smoking packets you get, and it says what it does to your lungs and all that. That's the furthest you can go. But it's better than what they did in the 80s, where they used to say smoking is healthy for you. Oh, I don't know. You can tell where I've been. School. Because I've been learning all about nicotine and... Well, I haven't actually, but I've been doing... all that stuff with... you've got a budget of £100,000. Sorry, £1,000. 300... No, 1,300... £1,300. And I've got to... each month pay rent, utilities, you know what I mean? Dad's birthday, you know what I mean, and work out all the costs, and a holiday to Spain, as Mr. McLaughlin says. Spain, that's what he says, Spain. And grandma's birthday. I've still got him. And actually, I had about 1, 2, 3, 4 teachers last year. So kind of 4 different lessons within sixth form last year. And I've got about at least 70% of them. My English teachers changed. But probably for the better, because I hated my last English teacher, you'll remember. But now I've still got my... Maths is now once a week, which is a bit annoying because I kind of enjoyed maths. But now, I think a lot of the year 12s are actually due to come back. So the next month apparently there's going to be even more. If there couldn't be any more anyway. What are you doing during your free periods? I'm back. Oh, hello, Wii Gaming. I'm listening to Air Traffic Control because we've got no homework, because obviously the times we're living in, teachers giving things and bringing home the virus on potentially, a material it could live on. Yeah, so they're setting online work. But for sixth formers, they're kind of just saying, yeah, you can't really leave the school premises until, well, unless you have no more lessons that day. Or, listen to this. The only time, if you've got full lessons, so for example, if you've got English and Maths, first and second at school, and then you've got your break. If you've got about, period 3, period 4, period 5 of nothing, you can go home. But if you have period 4, period 3, period 4 of nothing either, or let's say you come in at, period 1 you have English, and then period 2, break time, period 3, period 4, longer break time, which is half an hour, and then period 5 you have Maths. You've got about at least 4 hours of doing nothing, and you can't go home. You can't pop in later. I mean, I wouldn't have done that anyway. I would have stayed, but I would have gone out to the shop. The only time a sixth formers in my school can leave to go to the shop. Bear in mind, last year, if I had a free, I would go to the shop. I can't do that anymore. The only time I can go to the shop is 5 minutes past 1, and that's the only time I can go, or either if I end off later. Literally, but it's not that bad. At least I can still go to the shop. I can't go anywhere. No, but I can go to the shop. So yeah. When will you next do a school live stream? I don't know, maybe October. I'm not too sure. Loving the storyline for the Survivor Live. Oh, you watched it, have you? Yeah. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the, I know, like the spaceship motorbikes I made. It's kind of inspired by Halo. Yeah, it's amazing. The editing was easy, but I think I could have done better with cropping the bleeding thing out. I was rushed. It wasn't about to be that. I was about to go up with the moon aliens somewhere on their spaceship, but I lost all the files because Final Cut was giving me a hard time about, oh, you've got low gigabytes. So I just thought, I'm just going to get rid of a load of files. I accidentally got rid of my my template for the moon alien rocket ship taking off and bringing me. I know, so they were going to bring me back to Survival Island, and then I would have crashed it again. I just thought, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to whiz around and maybe crash and then watch a video of the moon aliens why there. And then that's the thing with me with creating storylines in Survival Island, because that's the only kind of series I can kind of be creative. And I mean, Minecraft's kind of like a tool, isn't it? It's not really, I mean, a tool in terms of a tool. I don't mean a bloody dickhead's game. No, tools play Minecraft. Anyway, you don't use it for a tool. Hello. I know what I'm doing in this video. I'm meant to be seeing someone or something. But no, yeah. So I'm just trying to get creative with the storyline. I come up with a storyline and I change it about 5 times, which results in, yeah, the video coming out at least 5 days after it should have. And yeah, sorry. That's just, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, take it, idiot. Yeah, I know, sometimes I just think, oh no, that's not going to work, or that'll be too silly, or I've not done that right, so I try and work around my storyline, but then I'm adding to it. But looking back 7 months ago at my Survival Island stuff last year with the moon aliens, I was in dire straits. I thought that was rubbish. I uploaded it to YouTube and I thought, oh, this is rubbish. Going to the moon to kill aliens. I mean demons. You know, but people thought it was quite good and clever, so I just thought, oh, I'll do it again, because it's quite fun and clever, as some people pointed out. So yeah, Survival Island is good because you can explore outside of a box. Yeah, it's kind of like we'll be in the Hudson. You know, you don't have to land an airplane just on the ground. It's kind of like we'll be in the Hudson. It's kind of like Survival Island. Don't have to make a Minecraft Let's Play. We'll be on the moon. Which I know Stampy did, but I don't know. I think he's. I don't know what is Stampy do. I don't watch him honestly. Not because I've grown up, but I know I just never have the time to look on his channel, or I don't get recommended that anymore. But if I did have the opportunity to watch one of his videos, I would again, just to see where he is in terms of his YouTube and all that. But yeah, it still makes me a little bit sad that he can't make I don't know, the videos he used to on Minecraft. And it's kind of like he doesn't do it anymore because he feels like he can't get enough views. And it's kind of like he knows YouTube now is money driven. View driven, which results in money. Yeah, it's kind of a sickness in a way in terms of the mental side of YouTube. I know YouTube really gets people down apparently. And yeah, I can see why it got me down. But in terms of views and people watching, I don't really worry because I know I have the fan base I have. They're loyal, and I know sometimes I walk around outside my school and I do think I get a comment from someone, look on my phone while looking on flight radar at the same time. What was I going to say? And I just think yeah, this is cool. Someone's messaging me about, oh, we just tracked the same EasyJet flight as I, and it's just like, you know, you don't get this anywhere else. How close can you be to your fans with a series like Survival On, like Wii Gaming, and all those love it. I know every single one of you by name, so it's like, and if I had a bigger audience, I'd be doing things that I didn't know what people. I'd be risk taking, but because I know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but for me it's a good thing because I know what a lot of you enjoy on this channel, and it's kind of like knowing my demographic, so I know what to create in order for you to be entertained. It's not like with the SL Aviation channel, it's like, oh well, some people might not like me adding this sort of music over this unboxing or this new style. I know what you guys like on this channel, and I can iterate on it, and I know keep things the same and stuff like that, so I know what I can get away with, which is probably due to the fact I'm always live, so I'm always getting people's opinions back and stuff like that, which helps. But I know it does help kind of knowing having a smaller audience, but on the grand scheme of live streaming, yeah, that's why I'm encouraging a lot more of you to kind of say more in the streams, because I don't want everyone just to think, oh, these, I don't know, people who watch him all the time are right. You know, I always want new people to pop up and say hello and tell me what they think of me. Tell me what they think of me. Tell me what they, yeah, tell me what. We wouldn't tell them what they thought of me. That'd be talking to themselves. Oh, I don't know. But no, it's just kind of interesting, isn't it? YouTube and all that, and where it's become after the last 10 years and all that. Not me, I haven't been on YouTube for 10 years, I've only been on YouTube for 6 years, half that time. But I know I'm enjoying YouTube. I think looking back, I would say anywhere from, yeah, someone's just said it, which has been the funnest part of your YouTube career. I don't know, right from the get-go was kind of fun, but around 2015 and 2016, 2017, it was kind of like, not sluggish, but I was kind of feeling like, oh, this is my channel now, it's gaming, and I know it's just like each year I was kind of just doing the same old, but ever since 2018 and some of the mistakes I've had, I don't know if it's a mental thing, but I've been able to create more fascinating videos, like bring you guys more what you want than just doing the same game all over again. I know I've nearly been doing this for a year, but in terms of Doom Eternal and then Rage 2, you know, I've never been this snappy and quick to change rotational timetables, you know what I mean? It's kind of interesting, so yeah. Anyway, I can't fast travel, I don't know why. 2015 and 2017 was still growing years for you, and everywhere we came, and you started watching 2016. I remember those long live streams I was doing in May 2016, and all of a sudden Weed Gaming popped up, and I just thought, oh, that's a funny name, and it was. Here we go. Was it 4 years later? It's still a still a channel, and I'm still creating videos that people, for some weird reason, enjoy. I think that's a bit of an understatement for some people, but for me it's just modest. Modest. But no. Yeah. 2019 to 2020, the most interesting. Yeah, I mean, I still want to do cool things. It's not like, oh, am I talking about YouTube? How did we get onto this? I was talking about school. I was talking about YouTube. Yeah, anyway, back to school. Yeah, I was off on Tuesday. I wasn't, but in the morning I was, and then I came back in. I know that goes a long way, actually. And so I had a headache in the morning. I just thought, I don't think going into school today would be a very good idea. And then I woke up at about 11. I just thought, I'm better. Under, I don't know, kind of taking it for granted kind of circumstances, like back in 2019, I would have probably just thought, oh, I have a day off now. But because I understand the world we're living in right now, and things are very much touch and go, I just thought, I'm going to go in. And my mum just said, no, can't you just get dressed and go to the shop down the road? And I was like, Mum, I'm going to school. And my dad was just like, you know, he means it this year. I just said to my dad the other day, I'm going to do really well. I'm going to try and pass my GCSEs. And what? Sorry, my A-levels. I'm retaking GCSE English because I've not passed it in the last 2 years. I haven't had pasta for 2 years. No. No, I'm going to try and pass English. Even my English teacher today, who I had for the first time, her name's Miss Donaghy, and she said, I want you guys to pass. And it's kind of like a bit better than the last teacher I had, Miss Redmond, who just said, Miss Leatherbarrow. Why am I telling you the name? Who just said, yous aren't passing because you're not working hard enough. I watch Love Island every night. I have 3 kids, and I could still pass it compared to yous. You know, it's a bit more. I feel a little bit more with confidence with this newer teacher than the other one, because the other one just thought she was very, very special. And obviously people who are like that aren't normally defying much. So I have more time for this teacher I have now this term than last. You know, I don't know what year I'm in. My head of sixth form, Mr. Johns, thinks I'm in year 12, but I'm actually in year 14 in terms of age and how long I've been at the school for. Because I've been in secondary school since 2013, September. And it's 2020, so I've been there for 7 years. I know. 7, 14, you know what I mean? 7 and 7 is 14. I've been there for 47 years. So, yeah, I've been there for a long time. And I think this is my last, I don't know, this is my last turn. So, in terms of attendance, and that's why I went in on Wednesday. You don't know anything about it, but in terms of, yeah, going in, I'm kind of just thinking, well, if I'm off that day, I'm going to try and go in anyway. I have been having stomach aches in the morning. I've just been like, I'm going in, because I don't want to miss anything, because I want to be committed. And after, I don't know, 2019, I don't know, 2018, 2019, not being in school for about 9 months, and then lockdown in 2020, I just thought, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna get my head down. I mean, I've always been quite a kind of, I don't know, a well-behaved student. My mum and dad have never had problems with me at school. But in terms of attendance, yeah, it was sporadic at times. So I want to try and be there, do what I did last time. So try and see. The thing is, it's a learning process along the way. School, it's like year 7, you're basically a baby. Year 8, you're learning it, and you're immature. Year 9, you think you know it all. It's kind of like responsibility. It's like people who get a driving license and then they buy or rent a really expensive car. It's kind of like, well, speed doesn't define anything, responsibility does. That's why you see your older guys driving Mercedes and high-powered BMWs, who are normally nurses, doctors, pilots. But then you've got these drug dealers that buy those cars because they just think, speed, police, get away quick, drugs, rob the bank. You know what I mean? But in actual fact, police cars are the same type that they're buying to outrun. So they're just going to end up either outrunning each other or going at the same speed. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. So, that's what my dad said, but because he used to work in the police. He's hard. But now, it's kind of like year 10, you're settling down, kind of becoming an adult, getting ready for your GCSEs, and by year 11, you're an adult, you're a young adult, and you've got responsibilities, and you need to be getting your head down, trying to think about your future. But year 12, it's kind of like, well, you're right out of year 11, it's kind of like that again, but less of your mates, but more of responsibility, and you kind of, year 7 to year 11, you got a timetable every day. year sixth form and college as well. I've never been to college or university. Colleges before university. It's kind of like you plan out your day in sixth form. Instead of them planning it out for you, you kind of get to plan out your own day and think, right, on period 2, I'll go to the shop and get a pizza. You know what I mean? It's kind of more responsibility, but with freedom comes responsibility, which I think I had in 2018 when I did turn up for about 5 or 6 days in sixth form of 2018. But I don't know, I just didn't want to. I think I had enough of school after I just wanted to not do school anymore. I don't know why, but by 2019 July, bear in mind September 2018, July 2019, that's 9 months of not being in school. Deleting all the a year ago stuff, 2 years ago nearly, deleting all the stuff on this channel. I just felt I want to be back in school. And September 2019, I can't describe how good it felt just being back in and all that. And yeah, but I definitely had I wouldn't say that, the right manner of approaching lessons, but it was the attendance that let me down. But this term, 2020, after lockdown, I think I've got the right mannerism for lesson. I always approach lessons equipped. I don't expect them to, I don't know, supply me with pens, pencils. We don't need to, I don't know, manage me. I can manage myself because I'm an adult, which some of the sixth formers need managing because they're just so badly behaved. Which I did have to report a couple of them the other day because they were just acting like, I don't know, monkeys. But they're right out of year 11, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Honestly, I'm in a year 11 class now, a year 12 class. They're 2 years younger than me, if you know what I mean. They were year 7 when I was year 9. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of like, well, I suppose people are getting worse and worse by year, but I think it's down to the people at the end of the day, not necessarily the generation. But I'm an ageist now, and I'm only 18. But yeah, they're 16, I'm 18. I'm older than them, but I don't take it for granted. I want to do well and be there and attend this year more often than I did last year. Because last year I was in the swing of it pretty quickly, you know what I mean? Because I just want to. When you're so desperate just to be back, you're going to give it your best. So that's what I did last year. This year I want to be back, but I also want to be there every day. Not every day, but I want to be there most days because I understand the value of my time at school and having a routine and living in the times we are now. I don't think I could afford another 2 weeks off school, 2 months off school, 6 months off school, because it's just bad for everyone at the end of the day. It's kind of weird because I've said this before. Last year, 2018 September to July 2019, I was off school for 9 months. And if you told me around then, in a year's time everyone will be off school and they'll feel how you feel, with lockdown, everyone being off school. Well, they weren't off school for 9 months, they were off school for 6 months, but still, it's pretty bad. I would have said no way. So I've kind of experienced that loss of school before everyone, if you know what I mean. I think everyone, hopefully now, appreciates school a lot more than before, in terms of you wake up because you have a routine, you know what I mean. You have something to get up for, which I'm all for. You know what I mean? I love getting up for a reason. I hate sitting in bed and just thinking, I'll go for a little sleep. Have a cup of tea. I don't know. Figure out some silly ideas in my head about videos and then I'll go for a little sleep again. It's like, well, this is crap. I want to be thinking about this stuff while at school. Not in lesson, but I don't look where I'm going. I nearly got ran over today by a big Land Rover. But the guy was cool about it. He was like, "Go on, son." I don't know if he was being sarcastic, but he's kind of smiling. And then I started talking to him because he had his window down. And I said, It's quite busy, isn't it, this time? He said, yeah, it's because, yeah, the guy's getting the drive. I was talking to him for 5 minutes. My socialising skills are coming along quite well. I was talking to someone at the airport the other day, right after my stream on Saturday. Sorry, Sunday. Speaking to some guy who was behind me throughout the stream, and he was going to say, oh, you're on Instagram? I was like, no, I'm on YouTube. And then I showed him the channel. He was like, oh, I've got it. Cool. He called me the Terraria expert, and I was like, what a silly idea I had in 2014. Anyway, and yeah, he was. I just asked where jet2.com 757's gone. He was like, I don't know. So, but I was talking to him just about aviation and just what I did, and I know just how much aviation on YouTube's blown up in the last couple of years. He was like, oh yeah. He said, I work in motorsport, so it takes me about 10 minutes to come down here. And said, oh, do you walk? He said, no. Why did I say that? There's a big motorway near the airport visitor park. The runway at the airport? I used to call it the viewing centre. Anyway, I suppose it is that. But yeah, I said, he said, do you live far away? I said, no, I live on the Wirral. It takes about 45 minutes to get up here on the M56. And he said, oh, M60, yeah, M56. And he said, yeah, I know. I used to live down in Portsmouth, and it used to take me about 5 hours to get up here. And I was like, well, Portsmouth, that's in the bottom of the country, isn't it? Why didn't you go to Heathrow? Or Gatwick? I didn't get his logic, but he worked in motorsport, so I'm assuming he just zoomed up. I said, yeah, I'm in sixth form at school, so whenever there's an opportunity, I'm always down here. I said down here, I should have said up here. And he said, yeah, same, I'm in motorsports, and whenever I have a day off, I just come here and do a bit of spotting. And, yeah. See, the guy's he's about 35, and you know what I mean? But it gets worse than that. I'm talking to guys that are about 80 there at the airport sometimes, and my dad comes back, and I'm sat there with my little mates who are about 85. You know what I mean? Like, bloody, you know what I mean? Bloody, jiggered, and yeah, just about a registration or an aircraft. I'm not sitting there, but I'm hanging around in a group of people that are well over 70, and it's funny. Dad just says, it's like you're a geriatric, and I'm like, yeah, I should need my walking stick and my little beret, yeah, and then I'll fit in. Yeah. Oh, it's funny. He said they'll have a lot of what do we call it? They'll sell walking sticks for sale soon. A walking stick per pound in the visitor park, because a lot of people are hobbling around there. You know, with a one-way system. Oh, my legs ache. My school with a one-way system. If I go the wrong way, turn the wrong corner, I've got to go all the way around again. I suppose it's good exercise. Mrs. Jones would like it. But for me, it's not really good, because I've got to walk around the whole school again. And I've got my mask on, obviously. I don't mind the masks. I can only wear the disposable ones, and I don't know why. I'm quite a uniform person. I like things just quite standard and ordinary. Mr. Ordinary, they call me. Yeah. Not Mr. Norgany. Oh yeah, my models have arrived. My Swiss A220 and my Jet2 Holidays A321 from NG. They're beautiful. Oh yeah, I made a bleeding community post about it. Sorry, I forgot. But yeah, I want to be in school until July 2021. So, well, yeah. I don't think the virus is going to surge like it did before. It can't do, because we know more about it now. But in terms of schools opening, I think they will stay open. But I said this, we would have a second wave around September about 3 weeks ago, and here we are, second wave. But it won't be really, really bad. In my area of just you can't meet up with other households. Public transport only if it's compulsory. So basically non-essential travel. But public transport, you can still go out in your car and go to the visitor park. That's why I'm not yattering on in this video. If I couldn't do that, you wouldn't hear the end of it. Get out of bed, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones! Mr. Ruffio. Silly little lad. Look at it. It's like someone's put a bowl on his head. But like done a reverse of a haircut. I know. So they've just got the shaver in the bowl. You know what I mean? Like a fish tank, but the fish is doing his head. Okay, but you have... Oh, but you have... What? Oh, I don't know. School is very important to all of us because it is our future. Whoa. Okay, come here. What's he doing? Yeah, I know what you mean. The government's decisions right now. Ruffio is fleeing. Have you said it was feeling? What am I meant to do? I don't even know the storyline. Yeah, the government's decisions might affect students for the rest of their lives, so they better be very, very cautious and careful for what they allow at schools. Active. A knife in the dark. While sleeping, I was visited by... Yeah, I remember that. That was before lockdown. For us, that's an guild known as the Dark Guild. He said that if I was wished to join his family, I must go to the inn of the ill omen, find a man named and kill him. If I simply leave Ruffio alone, I will never visit me again. Okay. So if I sleep, will this guy visit me? You know, this bloody game, I tell you. Yeah, I know what you mean, squidding it, yeah. So, in terms of school and all that, yeah, it's important that the decisions made now might affect people's education for the rest of their life, you know what I mean? Kids' education, so they better make the right decision because it's important. So have I done that like so? I need to check my status. I did check your level 5. So I must have upgraded. Oh no. Yeah, here we go. So these are what I've upgraded on. Here we are, is it? Okay, if I sleep, have I definitely done that? I click B. Yeah. What do you think of wearing masks in school? Well, I just kind of said it. It's necessary, isn't it? You have ascended to level 6. What, just by sleeping? How many have I got? Choose 3 attributes. Right, I'm going to increase my speed, my strength, and my intelligence. Is that it, yeah? Can I... B, exit. So I'm assuming I've upgraded. Well, why does it keep rewarding me every time I sleep? No way. Not buying that. Look, it keeps doing it. You have ascended to level. You resolve to continue pushing yourself. Perhaps there is more. 3 attributes. Is this a bug? Why can I keep upgrading myself every time I sleep? Huh? It makes no sense. So every time I sleep I level up. That makes no sense. What? Okay. So what level am I? 8. To increase your level, make progress learning your class major skills. I think it's a thing every time I upgrade one of those things I level up anyway. Until I don't know, run out. I've got to kill a fella. That was easy. Ta-da! He's been alive all this time and now he's dead. Plate. Yeah. How is 6th form anyway? It's good. Enjoying it. I mean, it exactly like last year. I mean, the only thing that's different is some of the kids in the lesson. There's this one called Alex. What is it, Alex? Is it Alex something? And he's always laughing. He's like a fat baby. There's kids that just have that baby face for the rest. Yeah, and yeah, he's always laughing. He is funny though. kind of smugging at him today because he was saying something about the computer and Mrs. Computer broke. He brought it upstairs and he said the IT guy fixed it. All he did was switch it on and then switch it on again. And it's just like, oh god, here he goes. If you don't know this kid, I had to deal with him last year and he's always laughing. Yeah, he's quite funny though. Loves Star Wars, so yeah. It's look at Darth Vader with his double lightsaber. Oh, weirdo. Look at that 777. No. Anyway, I'm looking up in the sky. That's what I do at school. Yeah, I brought my binoculars and my ATC today because I wanted to. Because I'm sick of my phone running out and I can't hear what's going into Liverpool or. Yeah, these hawks that are landing at Liverpool, they're doing a touch and go, and bloody hell. I'm not really into military, but they done off raw when they go out of Liverpool. They're coming into Liverpool, right? They're dropping in, and then they do a touch and go and they go back off to Anglesey. They come from Anglesey, go into Liverpool, and then they go back to Anglesey. At least 2 of them today and then 3 of them yesterday. I don't know what it's for. It might be for the NHS. I don't know. I would have thought they'd been painted blue and said NHS, not something like NZ. You know, because the RAF or the registration for the RAF aircrafts are always NZ something like the Texans and all that. And yeah, so yeah. No, I had no indication that it's some sort of thank you. I thought all that was over, but no. Anyway, hello. Even Virgin, one of their 340s, they put a thank you National Health thing sticker over it, which is cool. Yeah, interesting. Still have to pay for parking now. It's just the government, isn't it? That's the problem. It's not the NHS, it's the government. But no, I think I just think the NHS needs to be bigger. I think saying that privately owned wouldn't be helpful because then it wouldn't be free, but I think it needs to have more money pumped into it for it to be bigger. Because during these times, if you've got a small healthcare system that can hardly function, not like the NHS, but in places like Bangladesh and, you know what I mean? I don't know, places in the Middle East, you know, that have really bad healthcare systems. And, like, you know, they're like going bust, literally, because the government don't support them. You know, thankfully that isn't in our case, but I think, from what I know, from the NHS, and, you know, my nan being treated by them, they do struggle with accommodating people in beds, the NHS. I know that because my nan was struggling with them, and all it was roaring on the phone. You know what I mean? You give her a bed, but we can't because why? Because you're not big enough. Well, sadly, yes, and it is. That's not their fault. That's the government not giving them money. And I think a system like the NHS. It's not a system, it's a service. Need to have more money to support what they offer. And yeah, because I know for a fact there aren't enough doctors out there. Even the hospitals, you know, they're not really that big. They're having to open new hospitals during a pandemic because there's too many beds and stuff like that. And I heard somewhere the other day, Arrow Park, my local hospital. Been there a few times, had me lunch there. I've had me lunch there. We have a nice cafe. No, we don't. Hospital food's horrible. I've never had it, but yeah. I know for a fact. Yeah. I know for a fact. Someone said you're more likely to get the virus there than anywhere else in the world. The Arrow Park emergency service ward, you're more likely to get the virus there than anywhere else in the world, which is probably true, you know. It's probably true. Yeah. Slobbering down the walls. Yeah. But no, I believe that. If people have said it, I believe anything people say. Someone said, "Oh, your dad's in hospital, get in my car." I don't know yet. I would believe it. I wouldn't. Not that thick. Excuse me, you can just get me. Yeah, sure. Got sweets for you, little boy. Oh no, that's not funny. It's paedophilia. Anyway, why have I had a health potion? I don't know. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Not much. Who's your friends in sixth form? Who's your friends? I don't really have any friends in sixth form. No, I don't. You know, can just get on with my own thing. I don't really speak to anyone anywhere. I don't really speak to the teacher, so it's not really a thing where it's like, oh, I'm struggling to get attention. I need to speak to people. When I'm at school, I go to school to socialise. I go to school to get an education and have some form of routine in my day. I don't really go to muck around and stuff. So if I sound blocked up. You having a wee? Willy. I'm saying. Little winky. But in terms of school, no, I don't really have any friends at school. Yeah. How about Jake? I don't have a friend called Jake. I had a friend called Jake McCann. Back in primary school. He used to actually live. I knew he was from my primary school, but I knew him for 5 years. 5 years later, I figured out he lived down the road. I know, and he still lives there now. Jake McCann. More like Jake Macaque. Yeah, got it right first time. Jake Macaque. Yeah. He was a bit of a monkey, to be fair. Jake Macaque. Not Jake McCann, Jake Macaque. My name's Jake Macaque. Yeah. I walk like a monkey. I walk around on all fours. I've got perforating nipples. I've got hair from head to toe. What's for tea? My name's Jake Macaque. What am I doing? Oh, it's my funny little song, everyone. What, Jake Macaque? Oh. Yeah, he was a strange person. Not like Jesus Benson. Who's he? Jesus Benson. Christ. Stephen. Not Jesus, Stephen. But it's Jesus Benson, Stephen. Not Jesus. Not Stephen Benson, Jesus. Not Jesus, not Stephen Benson. Stephen! Jesus Benson. Oh, God. I actually saw an old mate the other day, walking out to the shop from school. It was, what was his name? Sable Jacob, I called him. Nathaniel Jacob. Yeah, some friend from sixth form, and he said, "Oh, Sam, have you seen Connor such and such?" And I said, "Yeah, he's in the common room." I said, "He's in the common room," like he was, but he's gone. He's left school. Not the Connor guy, but I just saw this guy with glasses, and he said, "Hi, Sam." I was like, "Who's this guy?" And I realised funny walk and everything. This is the guy who said he was my manager, even though I was the same year as him. And he walked funny. And his voice. I was like, "Oh, are you in the real mess?" And he said, "No, I'm in John Moore's." And I was like, "Well, what? That's like Liverpool." And he said, "I know, but I'm there." And I'm like, I said, "I'll see you later." He said, "Alright, Sam, bye." I was like, strange person. Saying you were my manager when I did sixth form. I mean, when I did, prefecting. He was my manager, right? And I spoke to him once a week, and it was in form, just to say hello. And then my real manager was probably Mr. Johns, but I had a sixth form, but he just wanted to say that because he thought I'd missed out a year. "Yeah, I'm your manager, Sam. So when you're doing prefecting, if you've got any problems, come to me." "Yeah, you're 4'6". I'm 5'11". What are you gonna do? You walk around like you've got a broom stuck up your arse. You said you can see out of one eye, and you know what I mean. Your name's Disabled Jacob. What? How can you manage me? You know what I mean? Not saying I'm better than you, mate, but you just seem a little bit faulty. Like you know what I mean? You can't function. How are you gonna manage me when I'm well, and you having to have an injection in your face every day? Oh God. Yeah, he's that sort of person, in and out of A&E because he's struggling to walk, or he's always in the lifts, and then he gets stuck, ringing the fire alarm, and people are coming for him. It's alright, Disabled Jacob, we're coming for you, and they're banging the lift open and everything, and he's there, and he's going, it's alright, I'm just taking the piss. The lift wasn't really stuck. I just hit the wrong button because I'm 5'6". I was meant to hit ground 1. I accidentally hit the fire button. Oh no! And also my eyes funny as well. Oh, he was a nightmare. I don't even know why I stopped and said hello to him. Oh God. He was an alright lad. Just a bit quite needy. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I needed him in order for me to know how to do the prefecting. I figured it out all myself. If anything, he needed me more to wipe his backside around the school, and he really thought he was something special, and I suppose he was at the end of the day. These people normally are. But oh, he's funny. I don't want to sound like I'm having a go at the lad, but he was just, I don't know, his name was Nathaniel Jacob. He walked around a bit funny, and he was just quite what do you call it, dominant in terms of, but he was quite small and a bit broken in terms of, I don't know, how he processed things. It was just a bit beyond words. Like, so what are you doing? You're gonna go to BTEC. You're gonna have a smoke and a cigarette for you. It's probably like sticking a hose pipe in your mouth. You're so small. You know what I mean? He'll probably take one and he'll probably blow up, or like it's all floating away because he's so small and fat. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. And then he would go off somewhere and say, "Bye, Sam. Have a good day." And he didn't even speak to me for all the form. So it was like a stopgap. He used to just look at me and think about the first thing he could say. "Hi, Sam. Bye, Sam." And he's been friendly, but at the end of the day, he was my manager. It was written down. It was wrote down. Sorry, written. It was wrote down that he managed me, and he spoke to me every day about prefecting and how I was feeling. So he was basically a psychologist for me. Oh my, I don't know how. This is sixth form. Was it head boy and head girl? I could maybe be head boy. I don't know. In terms of managing things and the things I learnt from prefecting last year, this year more like, I think managing things is still something I need to learn, but I knew more about it than I did 12 months ago, so yeah, I'd give it a shot. I encourage anyone to take any form of role of prefecting or anything, because it's good practice for management. And I think managing people is a very beneficial life skill, because not just you have confidence in, when you're older and doing things and talking to people, but you're learning different behaviour patterns. And when the year 11 girls are looking at you funny, you just gotta take it on the chin and just not. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. What's going on? Oh, I thought a ship was coming along. But yeah, that's what they probably thought. Why is he going red? Oh, a shit's coming along. Hang on, Sam. Oh God, you know what I mean? It's kind of like oh, I don't know. I know. well spoken, yeah. What, you become well spoken, or I'm being well spoken? Yeah, I just tell you what I thought of it, and I thought it was good that I was offered to tell kids they're not allowed in the school premises and you gotta go the other way. And I know that's quite a simple instruction, like don't go this way. Go outside if you need to go to the canteen. You know, like one-way system, even more so now. If anything, they're gonna need more people to do this job than ever. So I'm probably gonna be outrun, but or neglected. Like, oh, you're too good for it, Sam. Well, either you were terrible at last year, you were holding the door for the year 11 girls to get attention. I was in maths today, and there was this these two year 12 girls, class 2020 last year, God bless them. And well, you never got a GCSE. But I just feel sorry for them, especially the younger years. They're getting brought in from the, I don't know, the school playground every lesson, like it's PE but in reverse. I just feel sorry for them, and just the year 7s that are in school in this strange environment that's like new normal, social distancing, hand sanitizer. I feel sorry for them. I just think I feel glad in a way that this wasn't me back in 2013, but I want to try and wish them all the best. You know, I'm not someone who just looks at them and just thinks, losers, I don't have to do that, I'm in sixth form. You know what I mean? I have more freedoms. I'm above you. I don't like to think like that. I didn't even think like that anyway. My consciousness doesn't go that blunt, but in terms of I don't know, I just think, yeah, it's strange for me as well, but I don't want to feel too sorry for them, but I mean, it'll be over before you know it. But I mean school, not the virus. No, the virus will be around for 20 years. So when you've had kids and everything, you'll still be putting a mask over your horrible little head. Yeah. But no, I don't know, it's just kind of like we're all in this together kind of thing. What a positive stream. Yeah, it has been a positive stream week gaming. It's been very good. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, this maths class today, I had one lad from year 13 who's 1 year younger than me, and then the people I was with last year, the Alex one who was one who's laughing all the time about Star Wars. People are going to get confused on different people in my school, but it's relatable because I know, well, you go to school and probably have these similar type of, no matter where you go, there's always that sort of personality of person, isn't there? No matter what, no matter when, I think some people are all the same. But no, yeah, it was 2 year 12 girls who were 2 years younger than me. And yeah, I know the maths teacher, same maths teacher I had last year, kind of said, how did you find the exam, Sam? 2 weeks ago, because remember I went right after Heathrow back in school, knuckle down with your maths. I just said my maths exam, it was alright, it was mediocre. And these 2 year 12 girls just said, what's that mean? And a lad behind me called George, who's quite tall, he said, hold back the river. I'm going, no, that's the wrong song. No, I've been living shotgun. No, he didn't really say that. Oh, that's a terrible song, but he looks like him. What's his name? George Ezra. He's tall. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, people are all the same. Oh yeah, that place up there. Where's that? Is that? I don't know. Anyway, I need to get onto a quest. Knife in the dark. I can join the Brotherhood. Current. A man named Root is dead. The next time I sleep in a location he deems secure, Luke will visit me once more. Should we go to the Kitty Cat Cottage? Remember that place? Yeah, anyway, yeah, and he said, oh, mediocre means kind of like medium. I was like, not really. No. I know, I taught year 11, 12 girls a new word today. Mediocre. It was mediocre. Yeah, I just kind of come out with big words. And I imagine established localised the 121 Turkish wind 128 decimal. No, they don't say decimal. 128.04 knots. They'd be like, "What's that mean? What's he saying? Turkish what? He's got winds from Turkish. Turkish wind is, yeah. I think it's a southern wind, isn't it? Or southeast wind. Yeah. Yeah. What does it mean when they say Scottish control? Oh, that's that. No, that's Scottish tower contact. Scottish control. But Turkish wind. That's a complete. That's establishing where wind speed, because they always refer to wind speed in knots. It's like 120 degrees, 12 knots. So 120 is 120 knots. So miles an hour. That's around 80. Oh, whoa, 160. What? No, 160. 160 degrees, 12 knots. I'm not too sure, but it is establishing a wind speed, possibly above 50 mile an hour wind, which yeah, it's just different. Yeah, like I'm learning all of it on the corresponder and all of that. But yeah, I'm a scanner, because I need to understand it. Corresponder is a responder. No, a corresponder corresponds back information, so you can input. Because my Uniden is a responder. It only receives responses. I can't correspond with it, if you know what I mean, like ATC. But when people say director and contact tower, the director is the direct. You know, they say a contact tower, contact ground. The director is the different. The main who that's going to be handling a like a certain frequency. So Heathrow Tower is 118.5. If they're taking over that day, 118.5, the director, that would be the director. But sometimes they can switch to Heathrow Ground, which is more maintenance, which isn't director, which is something like 121.855 Heathrow Ground, or something like that. I don't know, 121.855 Heathrow Ground. I've got it all written down in my book. Whereas Liverpool is something 124.36 or something, I don't know. And Manchester is 118.11, I don't know. But yeah, that's the difference. The director is the main frequency that's going to be taking over the air traffic. Or is the director the main person who's directing the traffic? I think that's it. Sorry, no, I've got it all wrong. Tower will always be example Heathrow 118.5 at Heathrow, but whoever the director is, the director would be the main air traffic controller, telling which aircrafts to move where on the tower. So yeah, but ground. Yeah, there is a director for ground, but it's not as senior as tower, because tower is, and you have a smaller building for ground. Because Manchester has ground. The ground tower is somewhere near Terminal 1, and the Manchester Tower is obviously near Alpha 3, Alpha 4, Alpha 5. With Alpha 5 working in there. I've understood it in my free periods, because I've not been able to go to the shop anymore. I've been listening on YouTube to different, more like ATC speech, like get onto the glide path and wind speed and all that, and when they say check Roger, and you know, 4 DME, 5 DME with direct measuring equipment, ILS, and established localizer. When they say stuff like Wilco, Wilkins, you know, will continue. Wilco. I don't mean the shop Wilco. Wilco, like WILCO. Wilco. And yeah, it's actually a funny, not a funny video, but on the Heathrow Tower I'm listening to, there's I think it's the director. He says, "Hello, contact ground 121.855 and turn right onto Alpha 1." And some KLM pilot says, "Turn onto Alpha 1." And then the director says something like, "Hold at Titan, and then use link 1222 and hold at Alpha 2." It says, "We'll go." It's just like typical Dutch. It's like, "We'll go." So yeah. Hello. I don't know how traffic controller that is at Heathrow, but it's a very calm and steady. Yeah. The Nats group are amazing. Yeah, they're the people who remain air traffic controllers. I don't know if I want to get into air traffic control. I'm more into the engineering, but it's a lot of planes, isn't it, to be dealing with? And knowing me, I'd be messing up everything. British Airways 777. 200. It doesn't matter. Just establish it as a 777. But it's a 777-300. Oh, is it got the wing extension? It doesn't matter. It's a 777. It says, oh yeah, 777. Oh god, it says, oh look at all these screens, everyone. Oh, A350 941. No. Just establish it as an A350. XWB. No. Just I'd be getting too. We just need to get to the point with air traffic control. We can't be delving in. Yeah, I don't know. But when they say link 22, yeah, the link is like the thing that goes across the road. You know, like I wouldn't say the interception, kind of like when they do a reverse of when they link onto the runway using the rapid exit, but reverse of a rapid exit. It's kind of like a link, so yeah, intercepting, link, kind of same thing really, same thing. The best way I can describe it is when Ryanair are taking off from 05 left at Manchester. 05 left? Yeah, 05 left. Yeah, 05 left. At Manchester near the Visitor Park. They don't go all the way down to 05 left. They intercept on, is it Bravo 2? But it's a link, so they link on Bravo 2, so you just link on the because you don't have to go. Ryanair like to save fuel, so they don't always use the full length of the runway, which is funny because the 737 Ryanair don't always operate full capacity. When they don't, they place passengers in the middle because that's where the balance center is in the aircraft. It's a bit like balancing a plate on your finger. The center of the gravity will be in the middle of a plate, if you know what I mean. So kind of think about it as that. Where it is a square, bouncing like a cube on your finger. The centre of gravity is more of in the middle, but because a square is a square and it's quite blunt, it will just fall off. Whereas bouncing a circular object like a sphere or a ball is possible because it's got more of a thinner kind of diameter around the radius, so kind of like balancing an aircraft. Think of it, yeah. Ryanair and any airline really, they save fuel when they've got low, and they've still got seats on the aircraft. They normally reposition passengers in the middle of the aircraft, so over the wing, because that's where the centre of gravity is in the aircraft, like balancing the plate on your finger. So that's sometimes why Ryanair do that. But the thing is with the 737, it does require a higher takeoff rate, speed, something like 180 knots, which is the equivalent of 150 miles an hour. So that's why sometimes the Jet 2s take off really, really late at Manchester. Like, yeah, with about, I don't know, at least 20% of runway left in front of them. So yeah. But Ryanair, they normally operate low capacity. But my nan said as well, Ryanair don't use very good planes. It sounds like they're using all of their thrust just to, you know, fly. And that is true, yeah. The 737 is quite, well, the 800 it's quite not, it's not a very powerful plane. It kind of farts down the runway. I can't remember, but it does, it farts down the runway, the 737. It's not like the A320. That's kind of quite powerful, like the CFM LEAP engines, they're quite, I mean, only produce something like 20 to 32,000 pounds of thrust, so it's not very powerful. Not like the 757. That's like a rocket powered lift on takeoff. Yeah, good. Very good. Any stories? Any stories? No, not many. That's all I've been able to say, really. Talk about Tuesday and the KLM pilot. Well, all I was doing, I was waving at him, the KLM pilot, and he literally opened his side window, and it's the only window that opens, and gave me a wave outside of the cockpit. And there were pressure differences, and then he shut it again. And that was the pilot too, and Aviator LB said, when do you ever see that? And I was like, yeah. I know, you don't see that on Big Jet TV, or maybe you might, but I don't think so, and I watch Big Jet TV quite a lot, and yeah, I know. I was watching him the other day at school with the British Airways aircraft was departing for the last time. I know it's sad, isn't it? But yeah, like United are only operating about, you know, the Dreamliner Dash 9 with about 49 people on board, and the Dreamliner Dash 9 has a passenger capacity of about over 290 passengers, so it's pretty sad that. But now, air traffic will increase in the next coming years, but for now it's quite dead, which is not very helpful because I've just made an aviation channel. Oh yeah, video uploaded earlier on the aviation, SL Aviation, of all these bloody things, of Phoenix models. And also tonight I might buy a Qatar Dreamliner from Gemini Jets, a new one, because I need it. I need to get back into collecting Manchester. I just want to continue with it. I've got a lot more added to the list now. I've got stuff like Euro Wings, Iran Air, all those. So my Manchester collection's getting bigger. But I've got a third shelf, not glass shelf, third wooden shelf, that I'm going to put above my my pre-existing shelf to kind of extend the Manchester collection. Because I just thought, yeah, this is it, Manchester now. I only need to collect another 3 aircraft and then I'm done. But I kind of just thought, yeah, where's Swiss? Where's these Ryanairs I was going to buy? I can't buy any Ryanair 737s anymore. Phoenix don't sell them, and the ones on eBay are just scams, so I don't know. I'm done for Ryanair for now. I'm more focused on getting the quantity of the aircrafts than the new ones, like I know Etihad. I need an Etihad. I need a Qatar. And yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to focus on my Manchester collection again. The AMS store are pretty loyal in terms of if you spend over a certain amount you get a discount, so get an aircraft. Yeah, I'm really into it. You said you were collecting prehistoric. It says pre-story or prehistorian. Prehistoria. A prehistoria aircraft. Yeah, prehistoric aircraft. I'm assuming you mean pre-story airplanes. What's a pre-story airplane? What, 737? 747? Yeah. I was actually watching something the other night. It was, Joe Sutter, father of a 747. 99% of the people on Earth, I don't think know who Joe Sutter is. Yeah, the father of a Boeing 747. Such a bloody, yeah, I don't know. A very understated man, but yeah, very knowledgeable. And he said something like, looking at the costs it took Boeing to, I don't know. Because when you're into this sort of stuff, you kind of watch the people who kind of designed it and made it. And this guy is about 90, and he said, he made he's the father of a 747, the Boeing 747. He just said, the cost it took Boeing to make the 747 and the risks they had to take, like, not getting it finished in time, the constant engine problems with Pratt and Whitney, with J58, would the 747 really fly, back in, 1961, that sort of technology, was it way too big, all the risks Boeing took on that aircraft, and he was just saying, and he looks at these guys, making Facebook nowadays and these silly little things, and they have no risk. Lawyers can't sue them for it. And he took a bit of a break and he said, "It really is a strange world we're living in." And that's true. It's true. It makes you feel hollow. And I'm 18, and this guy's dead now. He died in 2016. It makes you feel sick that businesses like that these days, like people make Facebook, Instagram. We have no risks. Lawyers can't sue. Google, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Constantly. Asking and fussing with the users to, agree with their crude data, organising, selling your data, and lawyers can't sue them for it because they're multinational company, they're huge organisations. Whereas back in the, it was a lot simpler back then. Boeing, lawyers, all over them. Banks threatened to pull out. You know what I mean? And now people making Facebook, silly little things like Instagram, no risk. TikTok, no risk, but they're still in business. It makes me feel sick. The world we're living in. It makes me feel. The only word I can describe is makes me feel hollow. I know but I know enough about aircraft and what creates a good product to understand that. Yes, I agree with that. And I've only been around for 18 years, but doesn't mean I can't, relate to that. I can fully understand where he's coming from here, and it is sad, but yeah, I suppose that can go with anything, like not just business these days, but as it was back then. It was a lot more make it or break it. Nowadays it's break it because I don't know, customers deserve it, so we get more money because I don't know, we can charge them for it. Which Apple, all those companies, Samsung, it's just like there's no real, like, you can't see the people's personality and people's pride going into things as much as you used to these days, because it's the only real pride going into products these days is greed, the need to create a product to get customer revenue and to get money, corporate greed, and you see it now at Boeing as well, putting money ahead of quality and safety. And Apple, for example, they only create a new iPhone every year to compete with competitors, and they want to charge so much for it, where it can hardly contain its battery within a year. It's like they don't want to create the best product anymore. They just want to create anything, sell it. I mean, they spend more money these days in advertising the product, saying it's the best thing ever, than the actual let's create the best product out there. You know what I mean? If phone companies and car companies were constantly, did actually care about the product, they'd make the best one. They'd make the best product they would ever make. They just say they're in competition, but in actual fact they just want to chuck out any phone, car, because it might make them money. Yeah, in some degree to compete, but they don't really want to create the best car out there. They just want to copy rivals and take little, and it is a bit silly, that compared to, in the 60s, let's make an airplane that is. I don't think they were more thinking create the best airplane. It was more like, let's just create an airplane here that's can go as fast as it can, as big as it can be, for more listening to the customers than just thinking, this is what they want. These are competitors. We need money. This is how they're doing it. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to, instead of listening to the customers and thinking, right, what do BMW drivers really want out of their machines, their products? What do Apple users, Samsung users really want out of the iPhone or the Galaxy? They don't do that. If they would care about customers, they would have a massive feed of. But no, they just, instead of the customers telling Apple what they want, instead it's Apple telling the customers what they want. We want you to be stuck in a ecosystem that you can't get out of. We want to control you by updating your phone, saying it's going to boost Safari by speed search, but in actual fact it slows down your phone, so you have to buy another one. That's controlling the user, not the user controlling the company to create the best product in terms of user need. You know what I mean? I don't know if you get it, but it's some form of sickness that runs in your society and the economy we live in, because I think younger generations have seen this done, and think, let's put money ahead of quality and let's create the best product out there. No, let's just make the money, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. We've got to stay. I know we've got to stay in business and make money, but I think, it does need to be said. And coming from someone who does use a lot of Apple products, I can confidently say that. I know someone say, tell Apple then. Why should I? Apple should know themselves what they're doing. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and, for example, the orders are kind of slow and they're not clearing the table, and you're having to, or they're not coming to your table, you're going to the bar and saying, excuse me, can I order? You're doing the waitress's job then. You know what I mean? You're doing the waitress. And once my granddad said, we had to keep going up, clearing the table because the service was slow in this restaurant. And yes, they were busy, but he just kind of said, I'm hoping to get paid for this tonight. This waitress, sir, wasn't expecting to be a waiter tonight. Basically saying, I'm doing the job for them. I'm a customer. Here are all the waiters, and they're not doing their job. Instead, I'm a customer doing their job for them. I'm having to go up to the bar and tell the barman what I want. That there's a certain person who does that in this restaurant. That's not me, the customer. And he's right, absolutely right. They say the customer's always right. Yeah, that goes to some extent, but in terms of, is that dog been following me? Yeah. In terms of, businesses understanding where they lie and the customer lies. We need to understand that. Yeah, you need to treat the customer with respect first. And understand that it's not always about the money, but I know it's the blood of business. And yeah, the bills are the blood of business. But yeah, they're having a budget to make and all that, but yeah. But no. How about cutting costs? Well, that's a different matter. That's more the company having money and trying to save it for other things. It's kind of like when people buy cheap headphones or cheap wallpaper, cheap phones. They do say buy cheap, buy twice. So yeah, I know they've spoken well here. Yeah, that sometimes you shouldn't have to do what quality assurance or a waiter or waitress should do. Instead, you've got to let them know that you should be taking charge of this duty, because that's what you get paid for. Instead, I'm losing money tonight technically for having a luxury and wanting to go out and spend my money in this lovely restaurant, but instead you're getting paid, you're getting an income for doing nothing. Instead, I'm going up to the bar and doing your job and losing money. You know what I mean? Such a money driven, I suppose it always has been, but never like this. If anything, it's good that things are losing money. Treat them, give them a bit of an open insight. Or might rather be twice as greedier than ever after this, or either they'll understand that creating kind of like because Apple and Google were meant to be making that track and trace app. What happened to that? That's two companies coming together and making something together, which I think is good. They're not competitors at the end of the day necessarily, but it's two companies within our age that are quite capable of making technology, and that Apple and Google working together, it's more teamwork than let's copy the competitor, let's control the user. That's more of the olden way of doing it. Let's join up and make something really good together instead of just compete. So maybe we might be a bit more. I think everyone will be a little bit more. I like this place. We'll be less selfish after this, but more about the people than just money. But I don't know. You don't know what people will be. Smart guy, you. Or I'll just read a lot of dictionaries and I read wrong. I read upside down. So when it says word, it says duh. That's what I said, duh. Oh. Dough. No, word backwards. I don't know. Door. Smack your head against the door. What's up there? I've burnt that place, haven't I? Seem to remember it. I was meant to find that Kitty Cat Cottage and I couldn't find it, so we're here now. Well, I hope you understand what I'm saying about, because it kind of goes a long way. When people understand that they've done something wrong, or types of pathic behaviour in terms of companies trying to control the user, not the users controlling the company. But when I say users controlling the company, I mean in terms of encouraging to create the best product for the, when they say like Gemini Jets say it and stuff like you know, model 1 to 400 collectibles made by collectors. You know what I mean? It's kind of like giving you that confidence that the people that are making models for Gemini jets, I know as much as you can believe it, you know, are diecast model collectors themselves, so their passion will show as a form of initiative to create the best product. A bit like when I don't know, Razer as well. They kind of have that sort of like for gamers by gamers. So it's kind of like giving you the customer that kind of encouragement to kind of believe that, oh yeah, this company know their demographic and we know how to create the best product for their users, because their staff are the users, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of like a bit of a paradox in terms of things going, but yeah, that's good. That's a good market strategy. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Yeah. Like Virgin cut it short, don't they? They say stuff like, we don't like to brag, but we are virtually the best broadband in the UK. Yeah. So kind of giving the customer that kind of... Sometimes it's just about the words and the things that encourage. When people waffle on and say, oh yes, it's kind of, oh, I've heard it all before. When a company kind of shines, like Virgin, we don't, you know, it's kind of like giving the brand a personality. And I know exactly whose personality that is in terms of Virgin. Mr. Branson, get your head out the sand now and start paying tax. Oh, no. That's what the government is saying. But in terms of the fella, I think he's doing alright. He's able to secure a pretty good deal in terms of Virgin Atlantic. I mean, he would survive, wouldn't he? I mean, you know, he's a bloody fighting fit, you know what I mean, fellow who just seems to be so up to beat with it. Yeah, I was talking about Richard Branson there. Yeah, very, very good businessman, knows what he's doing. I know not all of his businesses work, like, you know, Virgin Money, and you know, he kind of creates a lot of businesses, and maybe you might need to, my advice to him is to maybe just anyone, you slow down a little bit, son. You know, you've got Virgin Weddings, you know, Virgin Cola. You know, I think at one point people were thinking he was going to take over the world, and I think he has, and that's a good thing, respectively. But obviously with competition, it's kind of like, oh, others will, you can't be good at everything, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like saying, oh, I don't know, Apple, they can create user electronics. Oh, well, how about the Apple car? Well, they're not special, they don't have any background in making automotive mobiles, so why would they all of a sudden be fantastic at making automotive mobiles, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's too much power. I think the automotive industry is toxic in terms of how the most greediest kind of, I don't know, organisation out there with controlling users and ripping them off and stuff like that, and using cheap materials, and that's the last, like, okay, I might not know what shines in terms of digital technology, but I know what cutting costs means in terms of BMW adding plastic plumbing in the car compared to the old BMWs that just used to last, because the engineering and the plumbing in the car would be made out of, you know, steel pipes that would last longer. Instead they have more plastic in cars now and cheaper materials to obviously cut corners and, yeah, save money. And obviously that does save money, but in the long run for the user, it's not longevity. It's not going to last long. So yeah, which they must acknowledge. I can't see why they wouldn't, but yeah. But I think it is a form of greed. That is some. That's why the automotive industry is toxic, because they're using plastics in cars now instead of steel plumbing. Oh my god! Just having label things as well in the adverts. It's kind of just like, it's just sick, isn't it? It's just like you buy a car and then the next one they want you to buy is the Series 8. And it's just like, well, hang on. A car. Can we just admire a car for what it is at the end of the day? All these companies like Kia making out it flies, and you can make you bend down and all of a sudden you've got a family of 2 in front of you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, well, can we? Okay, 4 wheels, a metal chassis. A car is 2-dimensional. It goes backwards and forwards. It doesn't really go left to right, a car, in terms of user input. It does it. A car just goes up and, backwards and forwards. They're its main dimensions. 2-dimensional, backwards and forwards. Or a train, that's more 3-dimensional, but with input of rails. Same with a motorbike, really, and a bike. But with an aircraft, it's 3-dimensional and it's a lot more complex. Which complex being the key word here for why a lot of people probably are not into aircraft as much as aviation folks, because it's complex. Look at the people that like cars. The vast majority of them are not very intelligent, a little bit simple-minded, a little bit like the people that enjoy football. Kind of like one way and one way only, kind of. It goes in the goal, we score. If it goes fast, I look cool. Yeah, but what are you proving? Yeah, it's kind of like, well, what? It's a car. You've bought it for about £100,000, and it can do what this car can do. This car's about £20,000. This car can go backwards and forwards. This car's £100,000. What can it do? Now, don't tell me what its entertainment system is like, because you've got one of them at home. It can go backwards and forwards. It's like, well, what can this do that this one can't do? This one can go backwards and forwards for about, I don't know, £20,000. This one's £100,000, and it can go backwards and forwards. So, in terms of, understanding what a car is, from A to B, for a car, for me, that's what a car is for me. I know people enjoy the motorsport of it, and yeah, but that's more sport, isn't it? It's not really sport. It's sitting there behind the wheel, trying desperately not to end up like that bleed dickhead from, what do you call it? I don't know, Fast and Furious. Yeah, but as you see, that's a result of, a car. At the end of the day, is a dangerous weapon. It's a weapon of speed. It is a powerful thing. No matter what you're driving, it is a weapon. Speed doesn't really define anything. In the aviation industry, they don't really not many people say, oh, I work in this industry because I can go really, really fast. It's not really about that in aviation. That's kind of like the last thing. Like we go the speed we do because we need to achieve lift under the wings, and we need to ascend, descend, bank. Kind of speed is just a form of kind of material for them to achieve those kind of 3-dimensional flight. speed is just there for them, but in the automotive industry, it's like the only thing they can defy. I've lost it. It's the only thing they can defy. My brain's just switched off. Time for bed. It's the only thing they can defy. The car. No, I need bigger words. It's the only thing they can describe or promote the vehicle doing is speed. If you know what I mean. So let me rephrase that. On an aircraft, very true. Yeah, it is true. On an aircraft, it's speed is just there for them. You need to. It's kind of like an ingredient for flight. Whereas in the automotive industry, they kind of. I know it's a sickness at the end of the day, because it's the only thing that, for some people, makes a car cool. Speed. They advertise the speed of a car. The speed that the car can go, the vehicle can go, because they know people will find that cool. So they put it all on the website, like, oh, 1 to 60, 60 and 1.6. Who's ever gonna go 60 miles an hour in 1.6 seconds? Who's gonna do that? And the car's got a top cruising speed as well. Like they're trying to make it sound like it's, you know, it's a rockety bucket at the end of the day. But yeah, on a high, if anything, don't improve the cars, improve the roads, because the roads are all rough, not the cars. There's a road in my area and the potholes are dreadful. My nan used to drive my granddad the Hyundai Getz, and it was, you know, the sustainability of a car. But suspension. It was rough, and the road was rough, so it just added to effect. But where going down my dad's BMW Active Tourer Series 2 is the car. It was still rough, but the car's got a more stronger, robust suspension, but it still felt rough. So the car just kind of cleans it up a little bit, but only in terms of the drive and the power of a motor to kind of get over. But the thing is, the damage to my nan's Hyundai Getz was probably lesser than my dad's BMW, because my dad was probably driving faster. The power of a BMW was probably driving faster over those bumps, adding wear and tear, because faster you go over a pothole, more damage it will do to the tyre. What slower you go over pot. It's kind of like, you know, when you get a piece of when you take a plaster off. If you do it slowly, it's really gonna hurt. But it's actually reverse of that. Actually, take a plaster off, it's kind of hurts. But when you take off really fast, it's really fast. And it's just kind of there and done with. But taking your time with going over pothole, it's not gonna be as damaging on the tyres. Where if you're going about 30 miles an hour over a pothole, it's gonna seriously damage the tyre. It's gonna like hitting a stone. It's kind of like reverse of taking the plaster off. Actually, that was a really bad way of describing it. Sorry. But the car kind of just clears up the mess of it all. But if anything, improve the roads, because the cars, it's kind of like they've got it all wrong. Like, don't improve the cars. The cars are fine. They're making the cars beautiful, but it's the roads that need to be fixed here. So, if you understand. But we can't be promoting speed to define the car as more of a customer need. Like, oh, you need this car because it can go 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds. You know what I mean? Who's going to do that? Who's going to do the top cruising speed of, I don't know, 200 miles an hour on this BMW? If you do that, you're going to break the law. And that's the only thing you can promote to me. It's got leather seating. Okay, lovely. I'll take that then. But it is. It's a total different. It's kind of like a limiting thing with a car. It's kind of like, well, cars for the last, how long automotive machines have been around for? 130 years. Ever since the late 1980s. They've all done the same thing, whereas aircraft have kind of done different things, you know, seaplanes, you know, supersonic. I know they've all flown, but they're all able to define something a little bit different in terms of speciality through the sky in different eras. Whereas a car's just gone, let's turn the steering wheel left, right, proceed. That's our day done, is it not? No. I know, 1930s. And then nowadays, just get that stupid, what's this, a Honda? Drilled holes in my exhaust, go round the corner. It's kind of like that, but kind of like the lack of people driving the machines. Anyway, see you all later, bye.